All right, let's go find ourselves another case. And hello to Harmonious Crow. Crow, how is your Monday going? We're going to go find another case in the area, and we might fast travel to one, because that might be the last one here in the dark woods. I kind of feel like it is. Yes. Well, no, that's the next story quest. We don't want to do that one yet. Not, like, there's so many haunting investigations to do. So, yeah, let's go head up to Fort Jericho, and it's going to be a quick trip, I think. Let's find our way to wherever the closest... I honestly feel like this is the closest one. Crow, I hope your Monday's gone well. We were sharing here with Buckeye Ninja and Caroluna, Innertooth, and others. By the way, Innertooth was saying that work email is turn-based combat. I don't know. I really try to max out my diplomacy stat there wherever I can. Doesn't always work. Crow says she just got back from her doctor's appointment. Nothing bad, just a checkup. First time that she's been to a doctor in the past 8 years. Husband forced her, and we had to drive 45 minutes there and 45 back. Yuck. That is a long day in the car. Okay, hold on.
Possesses the corpse.
Okay, we're gonna work our way down here. For a bit there, I was... Oh, hello. Standing right next to a whole, like, spider-webby broken cart. Carolina says, alright, SnowRunner works now. It was missing the DirectX runtime. I guess that would have happened on most games. I'm surprised... Well, maybe you don't have the Steam version. But I'm surprised that if you do, that Steam wouldn't have pulled that up. Installed that for you. But yeah, 90 minutes in the car to see a doctor, which... One of the most, curious arguments that I hear about medical care in the United States is that if medical care were more affordable, then the medical system would just be overloaded by everybody going to the doctor all the time. Now, there are some people who go to the doctor as often as they possibly can for any number of maladies, real or imagined, and they love to go to the doctor and to have that level of attention. I feel like that particular thing is like the single percentage of people. Everybody that I know dreads going to the doctor, and it's not the expense, it's all of the everything that happens at the doctor. So it's not just the 90-minute commute to get there and back ultimately, like total. It's the fact that in the middle of that, you also have to go to the doctor. So hopefully the rest of your day will go a lot better. Yeah, Crow says that she avoids the doctor. And even more so, the dentist. Yeah, I take as good care of my mouth and my teeth as I possibly can so that there is as little time spent in a dentist chair as possible.
God, you're tougher than a gadfly.
Can I? Hi, can I? Okay, apparently I can't.
Kiss for you.
Okay, there's nothing else over here for me, right? No. Yeah, I will, especially if I, like, have easy access to, like, my regular toothbrush and stuff, I will brush 3 times a day, floss every day, mouthwash, like, the whole thing. To try to keep things in as good condition as possible, so that when it is time to go to the dentist, it's hopefully in and out in as few steps as possible. Okay, so this is going to be, we might as well evolve while we're here. We have, yes, so we have some things. Spirit points are, no, I don't really like that. Damage taken is reduced by 25% while an enemy is infected by ensnare. So it's not like, oh, and ensnare duration is increased by 2. I either overlooked that before, but that seems pretty cool. I'm gonna grab that one. And then, maximum decoction charges is increased by 2, but manifestation cooldowns are increased by 3. I don't like it. Perfect switch. I love all the perfect switch ones. We're going to take this one. Switch to Antea right after a second heavy attack to trigger a punch attack. It's mostly the damage dealt by all perfect switches is increased by 20%. As far as I know, we've taken every one of those so far, so our perfect switch attacks are really potent. Okay, let's get back up to Fort Jericho. Now, we're not going to do the activity. We're going to do a full investigation. So let's fast travel to... Yeah, no, we'll skip... Although, iron shortage. We might do that while we're here, whether or not we do it right this minute. Yeah, we're going to highlight that one. And then fast travel here, I hope. Kilo was saying that's why it was working earlier today. There was an upgraded Windows. This is a clean install in the first game that he tried. He'll try to remember that for the next time that he reinstalls Windows. So did you, like, restore... Oh, crud. We might... Hold on. Because I don't know how deep in the mines we are, and... Shoot. Well, I guess we're not fast traveling back out. I just would have assumed that if you were downloading SnowRunner, it would have come with that stuff. However, if you were restoring from a backup, and especially if you were like doing it in offline mode, then it might not have pulled down its prerequisites as you went. Okay, well, that's a problem for you guys. Yeah, I accidentally went to the bottom of the pit.
Fast.
Lots of bone fragments. You wouldn't expect ghosts to have that many bones, but they just have ethereal bones. So I want to go this way. Yeah, you know what? Maybe this lift will take us the whole way. Crow is saying her Spanish is pretty limited. She understands more than she speaks. So it was also funny trying to explain why I was there and not in my local area. Thankfully, they sorted it out. Wait, am I... Okay, it does want me to get in here. I just chose the nearest campfire. I wasn't really thinking about the fact that there are multiple campfires deep underground here. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking, Carolina. He's saying, you know, that Steam, he sort of expected that Steam would catch it. The percentage of games that are going to require their DirectX redistributables is pretty high. That's another one of those things that every once in a while will just, like, load some sort of a micro update. That and Baldur's Gate 3. I hope that our system is not the only one that loads some sort of Baldur's Gate 3 patch nearly every single day. I actually, as long as it's intended behavior, I actually think it's really cool. Like, it honestly seems like some of these patches are so small, they're basically fixing, like typos in, like, an item description or something. Like, there's no notes, so you can only guess. So here we are. And we are going to start a brand new investigation, whichever one we've chosen, completely at random. I think when I say it that specifically, people are going to be like, oh, like he's being ironic. No, I literally just chose one off the list. Oh, is this the sick guy with the, like, face scarring?
Oh, there! Who's that? Who enters? Oh, thank God. You, Scotsman, help me. Did you see it? Did you see the ghost?
Aye, I did. Alright, maybe I can help. Right, soldier, spill. What's going on exactly? What happened to Nurse Wings?
What do you think happened? She died, that's what happened. She died, and now she's trying to take me too.
When did you last see Nurse Wings alive?
Couldn't say. Time is tricky. She was here, then she left, then she came back as a ghost, still holding her bastard in lancet.
We heard screaming. Was that you? Did no one else answer?
None here gives two shites for their fellows. Too busy looking out for their own asses. I could die screaming in here and none would care till me corpse began to stink.
Why would she want you dead?
She's a ghost. She ain't here for beer and biscuits.
He's right in a way. She is killing him.
Your cough is no better. Worse, if anything.
Aye, it worsens. When she comes, I sicken. She's a better nurse living, I tell you that.
Where does her ghost go, you think?
She comes and goes through a locked door. After that, not a clue.
Is there a key? Or another way in?
Perhaps. This was the blockhouse upon a time. There was a passage out. Through the westernmost tower. I had a key. Search my things in the barracks if they haven't been plundered. Might still be there.
Right, well, I'll look into things. You stay here.
Where in shite you expect I'll go? You stay here. Go on then, cheeky bastard.
I don't even feel, like, insulted by this guy.
Let me take a look behind that door. The place is...
It's locked, all right.
Antea? Are you okay?
Where'd you get the flowers, Mr. Peabody?
It's her. She brings them.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna go... Let me just double check, but, like, yeah, she can't... I feel like we missed some dialogue where she was gonna go through the door and tell us what was there. I have been wondering that they don't really seem to make...
So sweet Nurse Wings, kind and caring, comes back as a vengeful ghost.
It happens, but in this case I doubt it.
If she was acting, she did a bloody good job.
Hunter's roster. And Theodore Shepard is overdue.
Okay, I think Ante is talking about something else. Oh, hello to Patikin, everybody raiding over. Patikin, I hope you had a great stream today. Salcom Hickey's also saying hello.
All right, here we go.
Patikin, was it Skull and Bones, or what were you guys playing today? We've definitely read that.
I'll keep looking.
We've definitely read that.
War poems. They ruined me. No, that's not his stuff.
My dearest Cotton, I know it's been a long time, and I know you asked me not to write to you anymore, but you broke my heart the day you asked me to stop contacting you. I shall try one last time. I'm sorry to learn about your health, and I hope you will recover soon. Errol and I have a little girl. I know you never accepted my love for him, but we are happily married. We named our child Mary, like our beloved great-grandmother. We live in a beautiful little house. We have a cow and 7 chickens, and Errol has found work as a blacksmith. It is not an easy life, but we have food on our table and fire in our hearth. I feel happy and loved, and I would like you to feel the same. I'll try to send you some money. Until we hear from you, your worried sister, Waverly. Waverly is a really cool name.
Cotton Peabody is determined to be alone. All right, we have what we came for.
Oh, right, we already looked at that. Yeah, he's...
Andrew White fella must be proud. Right then, where's Peabody's things?
Note from Nurse Ann Wings. I must leave for a short time. Please check on Mr. Peabody from time to time. Ignore his foul mouth, for he is ill. I shall return soon. It's that, specifically. Like, he has a really sharp tongue, but I sort of take it as he is expelling his misery.
Why would she up and leave like that?
And why has she not come back?
Maybe she had an accident.
She kept records. Maybe she wrote it down.
It's saying that he's getting close in Skull and Bones to having everything revealed on the map. Now, there must be a long tail to it after that, though. Like, it can't just be about exploring the map and finding things, because I know they, it's a whole, like, multiplayer thing. So at that point, is it... Okay. So that's correct. Find a way through the watchtower. But it's not... So I need to go sort of northwesty. This way. There we go. That's why it was sort of spinning around. It was trying to, like, direct me up here.
Here's our tower.
Well, hold on. I'm not... Yeah. But Deacon is confirming there's a lot of endgame stuff after, like, uncovering the map and doing all the early stuff. How was it with App, by the way? My understanding is that you guys had a really fun time. I did not get to see as much of the stream as I had hoped, but I loved the outfit that he was wearing for it. But Deacon is agreeing that it was a lot of fun. Yeah, this is a slightly different topic, but I just don't understand how we wouldn't have Haseo playing Helldivers 2, so that he could play as Hellseo divers.
Oh, you found it. My thanks. Mr. McCraith, forgive me. I did not see you there. I see you bring company. How lovely.
Do you remember we talked about how I lost my partner in New Eden?
Such a tragedy. Antea, if I remember rightly?
Antea Duarte. Good to meet you.
But how? Oh my, you lived. Well, this is marvelous news. And good news these days is so terribly rare.
Nurse Wings, I died in New Eden.
Excuse me?
You and I are very much alike, Nurse Wings, don't you think?
Are we? How so?
I'm a ghost, Nurse Wings. And so are you.
Are you sure you're well, Miss Duarte? You sound feverish. Perhaps you need to lie down and rest?
I don't rest, Nurse Wings. Sound familiar?
She won't be told. We'll have to prove it to her.
If you need it, I may still have some vervain. You let me know.
Goodbye, Nurse Wings. For now.
I'll be here, as ever.
Aye. That's the problem.
She won't listen. We must find proof.
Okay.
Should we take a glimpse at the past?
Beach Bum, thank you so much for the resubscription. Sorry, I need to pause because that's a full year. Beach Bum, very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Take a look at the past. So it's going to be like the Hearkening Ritual or whatever it's called, but let's do that in a second. Anne Wing's Ghost Journal. I've lost my journal. Here starts a new one. If there's wintergreen, it is beneath the snow and I cannot find it. He suffers. I must go further into the forest in search of wintergreen.
She neither sleeps nor eats, but doesn't question it.
She gets her sustenance elsewhere now.
Okay, this is Andrew White. We've already read that. Anne Wing's medical record, number 3. Cotton Peabody is sick, and to put it mildly, obnoxious. I like him anyway. It can't be easy having one's scrofula drained so regularly. The oil of wintergreen seems to work. Perhaps a tea of wintergreen would have a mild effect on those with coughs.
Our denial runs deep and Peabody sickens.
Alright, let's perform our ritual. So, do we think it's... Wait, I need her diary.
There's an echo here, but we need the tie. Wait, our search is not yet done.
Oh, I did not see it. Anne Wing's medical record number 5. 20th April, 1695, Minter sage for headache. 2nd May, 1695, chamomile, stomach pain. To verify, children. 2nd of May, 1695, some have sniffles. We'll try tobacco leaves and mint.
Poor Nurse Wings is losing her grip. Her journal spoke of a clifftop hideaway. Not a cozy wee pub, then.
Right, let's go for a walk.
Inner is saying, wait a second, since when do years have 12 months? I think it's like Maxine has pointed out that due to the way that Twitch counts it, it's not actually until it says 13 months. I'm still going to celebrate the 12 months.
Medics remind me of my mother's. The oils and ointments, infusions and concoctions.
I bet she knew her business.
She treated the men the slavers worked to death in the fields. Though she had little money, she was very famous. That's what saved her.
I don't remember if we've read this. I feel like we did. My sweet Ethel, ghosts with weapons. We lack food, we lack sleep. We are cold, but we stand fast. Tomorrow I shall go with Helen Priest and the Matthews fellow in search of munitions. I will write you as soon as I get back. I'm pretty sure we've read that before. But better safe than sorry. Nurse Wings being dead is like a legitimate bummer. Of the characters that I've met in this game so far, she's one that stuck in my memory as somebody that I really, really liked. She's tending to this patient that never has anything but a gruff word for her, and in there with him alone all day long, doing her best to figure out...
I think we found her. There's an echo.
What does and does not work in terms of like herbology. Wasn't she like, she's a nurse, but there was like a doctor who died, so she's been just like gamely trying to like fill in as best she can, if I remember correctly.
How long has she been here?
No more than a few days.
Here's the key to the infirmary.
I really feel it's got to be Make Manifest. It might be Hearkening.
Reveal your true self.
Yeah, yes.
I failed this one all right.
Okay.
Through time and distance, I now see. I see no journal.
It may have slid from her fingers and fallen.
Let's retrieve it.
I mean, I would assume downstream, right? Except I don't really see a way to get there. Well, I mean, the compass will point us in the right direction.
Easy as pie.
Nah, but you can't cook.
Lantern, rifle. I have another in sight. Not gonna ask for help? Divert your focus. The veiled shield.
Have a bit of this.
Darn it.
Try to find a way across.
I'm on it.
Kara Luna is confirming that actually the whole 12 months per year thing started after COVID. It does feel like a more recent invention. Like during COVID specifically, the years had at no fewer than 15 months in them. Kara Luna is also saying that the journals also move upstream. It's the J in journals. They use it like a paddle so that they can get upstream. I heard something that sounded like a deal. Also, when we came in here,
The spot can't be far.
I thought I heard like the whispering of a spirit orb, but I don't actually see one over here. Or hear it anymore. Okay, so we do know that there's a tunnel over here. Come on, come on. I do kind of wonder what specifically happens to Red when Antea rips him through one of the spirit tunnels. Like, I assume that she's just using spectral power to, like, she possesses his body and then, like, yanks both of them forward with herself as sort of like the anchor.
They're corrupted weeds.
That brings him along, but we may not be intended to know. So, we've got a thing that we shoot up there, I think. So we shock this, then we got one up there, but I don't see where the rest of the weeds go. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have to be down there to do this. Okay, we can get that ore once we... I also... Yeah, I think I need, like, silver ore for one of my upgrades. We have not found any of that so far. Seems like the sort of thing that the miners might have picked up. Even after death. Hey, this is silver. We could get some good scratch for this.
Did we miss a few? This isn't over yet.
There's more of them.
You're within gun range, Brent.
Thanks for the heads up. Okay, apparently I'm not going to be able to do a quick switch kick. Oh,
Gotta keep this up. Beat it!
That Spectre... Hold on. Innertooth's got to drop a lurk. Innertooth, very much appreciated. I hope that you get some good night's sleep. Unless you're just stepping away for a second. But otherwise, it's late. I know where you are. Okay, I'm not forgetting about the things. So there's one of the routes. So we got one there, one there. Honestly... Oh, that's going to be a yell door. Okay, so we go through the yell door when we're up there. So I feel like we can throw her spirit there to get that. I'm going to see what we definitely know. Yeah, man, I do not see. This might be something that we have to clear off whatever's on that platform. Open up that shackling in order to be able to hit the route that I'm thinking of. Because we can see that a route goes up there. It's right there. And just make sure that that's... Yeah. Yeah, Innertooth is turning in for sleep. Understood. I really appreciate you being able to hang out today. Okay, this is just back where we came from. So I'm looking for... Like, I do want to do this route, but I don't feel like we can do it yet. I feel like we have to progress a little bit, and then we'll find our way back to it. And yet... That's clearly the way that we have to go. Interestingly, there's nothing there.
I can help.
As with... Oh, wait, this is it. You guys were actually up here. So I'm thinking that if I stand here, we can blow both doors.
Wasn't I always?
There's just one problem with my big plan. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we can get to it from here. So we've got one... Sorry. We've got one there. We've got one right there. The third one is... There. Okay. I feel like we have a plan.
they pay me good money.
Okay. Now there's multiple doors open that we can get to. Also, I probably don't need to share, but I actually feel bad. I feel like Jab was like, yeah, you know, the sadness in this game is sort of an issue. And then I proceeded to spend a lot of time talking about, like, dementia and, like, all these sad things. I feel like it's on brand for this game, and also maybe not something to dwell on when people say, yeah, kind of in a low place right now. Thanks for that. Hello to Kazabella! Kaza, how are you doing? Actually, does app just go with Kaz? Either way, I hope you're having a great Monday. We're just playing some Banishers. We're currently looking into the mysterious case of the nurse who is having a difference of opinion on whether or not she's currently dead. When they said let's prove it to her, I sort of thought that we would just like have Red put his hand through her shoulder or something. Like, yeah, it seems like a thing. When was the first time you could remember people doing this to you? Kaz is saying, good, thank you. How are you liking the game? It looks like so much fun. It is very good. It is... I would say that this is, from what I've experienced so far, and there's room for opinions to change and evolve as we go, but this, of the ones that I've played, feels like the best non-Life is Strange game that Don't Not has done. And if I were to guess, that might get updated to be with higher praise, not lower.
This looks like the place. Let's find the journal.
Was her journal made entirely out of wax? Because I otherwise feel like it's not going to be in very good condition. Rolling down the river and then, at best, getting, like, stuck on some rock outcropping for multiple days. I've not played any Life is Strange, says Kaz, but the story to this intrigues me. It is... The thing that I like about it is the variety of different stories. There is sort of a... Oh, hold on. Anne Wing's diary, page number 1. June, date unsure. Mr. Peabody is in bad shape. Heavy cough, some fever. June, probably. Yesterday, the storm that hit the fort did a lot of damage to the wall of my office. I had to go behind the infirmary to retrieve the debris that had shipped. It had shipped. To retrieve the debris it had shipped. That's an interesting phrase for, like, knocked loose or whatever. But what a surprise when I discovered a small path that led me over the mountain. I arrived near a sumptuous waterfall next to a cliff. There I can hear the sound of the water crashing on the rocks, the birds singing, and the wind blowing through the tree branches. It is so quiet, I feel safe and calm there. I think I'm going to make it my secret place. There is definitely a somber tone to this game. And so, as we were just talking about, I think, as you came in, maybe not the best choice for people who are looking for, like, ribald comedy or something like that. But the storytelling is very well done, the voice acting is excellent, and they do some great character work. Patikin's going to drop a lurk. Anne Wings, Patikin, thank you very much for the raid and for the lurk. Anne Wing's diary, page number 2. June, not sure. Today I will try a new method for Cotton's cough. I will use sage in infusion and put a... Sorry, I think that there's like a beetle or something that's going around. And put a cataplasm on his chest. I heard that the Indians do this. Also, I got sick. I will have to isolate myself for a while so as not to transmit my illness to the other inhabitants. I will take the opportunity to continue my research in case the Indian solution does not work. Okay, that is not a wiggle through, interestingly. Although it does really look like a place that a bone thief is going to come through. Bone Walker is what they're called. Life is Strange is, I've discovered a more... No, I'm going the wrong way. A more challenging recommendation, because as much as I enjoyed it, and as sort of like seminal a work as I consider it to be, a lot of people had a different experience with it. Which, yeah, to each their own. I feel that's unfortunate, because, you know, you really like something, you want other people to like it as much as you did, but when you have multiple people all having a much more, let's say, measured experience with it,
I love doing that.
get a little bit more careful about just recommending it around. Anne Wing's diary. This might be the bulk of it then. 30th of May, 1695. The sage infusion and the cataplasm worked. 3rd of June. I've caught the grip. With my lungs, it may take me some time to recover, but I must. I have Mr. Peabody to tend to. I will away to my special place to rest. I'll not risk infecting others.
She knew something was wrong.
Yet now that she has died, her ghost denies it.
She was a healer. Perhaps dedication binds her.
A dedication her patient scarcely deserves. We should go back to the infirmary. Anne will surely be there.
That is surprisingly judgmental from Antea. Mr. Peabody's kind of an ass, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve medical care. Yeah, I'd like him to treat everybody better, but among other things, like, Nurse Wings got it. Like, she understood that this guy's just sort of like a jerk. He's suffering, and when people are suffering, they're not necessarily going to be their best selves. Hark for echoes. Yeah, we can go back and do the ritual now. I just want to take a quick look around, make sure I didn't miss anything, like this weird cave over here. But yeah, Don't Nod did Life is Strange 2, Remember Me? I think it's called Remember Me. I actually don't remember. Vampire, Vampire is the closest game to this in sort of like style, structure, combat, and so forth. This is, I've mentioned this in the past, this is clearly a game that learned a lot of lessons from Vampire. If it's not the same internal development team, they played that, they read the reviews, they came away with a clearer understanding of how to accomplish things that Vampire clearly wanted to do, and I feel like this is the realization of that game's promise. So that is a big long rope that we can climb up. I'm not sure that we want to climb up it. Yeah, there's like a beetle or a moth or something that's around here, and it is randomly getting on me. Distracting way. And then Life is Strange Before the Storm and Life is Strange 2 True Colors were done by an altogether different studio named Deck 9, which, if I understand correctly, has recently gone through... They're one of many studios that has seen some layoffs very recently, and that is extremely sad. Okay. I do feel like I want to go up there, but I'm having difficulty lining it up. This way? No. This way? There we go. Someday, I will share in greater detail my thoughts on, again, sorry, Before the Storm. But True Colors is a, it is, I'll just keep it nice and simple. It's a very good game. So to see Deck 9 suffer layoffs, it it can't possibly speak well for any follow-ups that they were hoping to do. And as always, my heart goes out to anybody that suddenly got laid off. The layoff, the waves of layoffs that are just absolutely ripping through the games industry over the last year and a half just don't make any logical sense given the number of high-profile and successful games that have shipped. I mean, even an industry that seems as cutthroat as game development, it just seems difficult to understand what the logic to this is going to be. Kaz has heard many good things about the Life is Strange series. I definitely want to play them. So before I hit this, it's by the same studio, so I feel comfortable taking a quick break. The way to do it, I think, would be to look for a good price on the Ultimate Edition of Life is Strange True Colors, which is fairly frequently on sale, and on even a deeper sale if you pick it up from someplace like Humble Bundle or Fanatical or Green Man Gaming. The Ultimate Edition comes with the remastered editions of the original Life is Strange, which is very good, and then the remastered edition of Before the Storm, which, when both Mia and I played it, was very unsteady. Now, whether or not they fixed up those problems, I would honestly consider the technical problems with Before the Storm so severe that you might also want to then look for a separate sale on the original non-remastered version, which apparently did not have those bugs. If you're wondering to yourself, wait a second, didn't Deck 9 do Before the Storm and then also do the remastered conversion? And didn't they do the conversion for the original Life is Strange that came out pretty much perfect? And then their own game that came out wildly buggy? That doesn't make very much sense, but it's what happened. I don't know. I don't work in game development. I'm 100% confident they did not want to release a very, very buggy and distractingly so version of their own game, but I would say that even with patches, I would probably approach Before the Storm with the expectation of some jank, and if you see a good price on the original non-remastered version that seems appealing, maybe consider playing that one instead. But then your correct order would be Life is Strange, then Before the Storm, then The Adventures of Captain Spirit, then Life is Strange 2, and then Life is Strange True Colors. And if you play them in that order, that will be correct. And anything else will consign you to the depths of hell forever. I apologize for that second part. It's just, I didn't make the rules. So let's do, I assume, this.
Nokuhei!
Still confusing your chants?
Look, I haven't been at this for very long. So is it hearkening? Because it's not Summon Scourge, and nothing else makes sense. It's got to be hearkening.
Haskell Fogach Smal.
Hold still.
Get your filthy hands off me!
That's enough, Mr. Peabody.
Get off me, you evil old frigate!
In his temper, Cotton Peabody gave Anne Wings the disease that killed her.
Sorry, that's going to take a second. That is much darker than where I thought this was going to go.
Oh, still here, are you? What new comedy do you two bring me now?
Remember on the cliff top, when you closed your eyes and it felt like you slept for a very long time.
Have you been spying on me?
Remember how when you awoke, you felt lost and distant? How you could not remember who you were? How slowly you came back to yourself? How something drove you to it? Something that felt more important than anything you had ever felt?
No. Yes. My patient needed me. I knew it from my head to my heart.
That's it. That's why you stayed. That's what keeps you here.
My dear, the desire to help my patients means only one thing. It means I'm a nurse.
Cotton Peabody's health concerns you greatly, true?
I'm a very good nurse.
Like, I assume we'll be able to see all of these. Shit, I really don't know. I don't mean to linger on this, but let's start with this.
I think you know what he needs. I think you know his remedy.
He must have wintergreen. Fresh oil, decocted, then used as a salve.
Yet, though you treat him, his condition worsens. You must have noticed.
To maintain the illusion of life, you feed upon his essence. Even as you tend to him, you leech his life away.
No. No.
Your memory is fading.
It is not. At least, I don't think it is.
Once you kept meticulous records. Now your notes, if you keep them at all, are chaotic.
It's just that I'm all alone. No one to talk with. No one to share a laugh with. I've gone a little potty.
How long is it since last you slept? How long since last you ate?
Well, I have been very busy.
You're tired but cannot sleep. You're hungry but can't face eating. Time to face the truth.
No, it's just... I'm tired. I forget things. I forget to stop working.
Nurse Wings. Anne. You're dead. Just like Antea. You've convinced yourself you're still alive, but you are not.
But if Mr. Peabody withers by my presence, then why does your woman not wither you?
I would, but I take my strength from other people.
My God! I could never do that!
Then the longer you stay to treat your patient, the quicker he will die.
No. No!
Hold there, Nurse Wings! Anne! I can help you. Let me help you.
She's heading back to where her body lies.
Anne, are you there?
If I take another step, if I fall, I won't die.
No, you won't die.
All I wish was to save a soul. Just one soul at a time. God.
It's time we put an end to this.
The devotion of poor Anne Wings, who even dead, kept on caring.
No. Her ghost hungers for essence and calls it caring.
Sorry, I wanna respond to Fox McCloud and hello to you. The thing was, what brought her back as a ghost was wanting to care for her patient. I feel like Antea is oversimplifying that. If she didn't care, for Cotton Peabody, then she wouldn't be here as a ghost to feed on him in the first place. She is unaware of the fact that she's doing it, and it might be a completely subconscious compulsion in order to maintain her own form, but
Well,
it's driven by
all I
caring.
want. But by staying, I've been doing you harm. For that, I beg your forgiveness. Oh, Mr. McWraith.
Peabody, we must talk.
This sounds ominous. Where lies the problem?
Anne Wings had the grip. She packed up and left so she'd not pass on the infection. Part of her must have known she'd not make it.
I did not know. I could not have known.
How could you indeed, with your head so far up your own behind?
She had a cough. Just a cough. I couldn't have known it would kill her.
Well, kill her, it did.
And specifically it killed her because one of the journal entries that we read specified "with my lungs." You know, I have to be very careful about this. She could have been asthmatic. She could have had some sort of like damage to her lungs from a previous illness when she was younger. But that's why this dude is still kicking. By the way, does anybody know what this is? What he has? What's the grip? I'm just not familiar with this at all.
You're the one who made her sick. The day you spat on Anne Wings, you gave her your disease.
I never spat on. No. Wait. I did. She was at me with the lancet. The pain gave me a wee touch of fury just for a moment. I gulped without thinking.
You knew you were infectious. You wished to harm her. 'Twas an attack. So, Nurse Wings died trying to heal you. You believe her ghost returns to harm you. Interesting. Well, all good things, they say, come to an end. I'll miss our little chats.
So I feel like this is actually somewhat easier than I thought it was going to be midway through. At the midway point, I was thinking to myself, here is a delightful young woman who dedicated her life to helping other people. And when she was hanging out by the pond, she was out in the cold. She wound up becoming more susceptible to disease. She had weak lungs and she wound up passing away. So how on earth could I blame Cotton Peabody? But now we know exactly how we can blame Cotton Peabody. The hardest thing about this for me is, of everyone that we have encountered, I would want to make sure that she gets to ascend. If anybody deserves a peaceful and enlightening voyage into the afterlife, it's a human being like this. Somebody who came back from the dead to continue caring for somebody that never had anything for her but hatred and then disease. So I just feel bad that I can't choose that as well, but I'm sorry. Like, if we can see our way clear to taking other people's souls, I think that Red is going to be able to feel just fine about this one. I don't envy him what he has. I don't, like, this man has had a lifetime of suffering, but now that he's already, like, spit his disease in the face of the most good and caring person that he's ever gonna meet, how could we ever not believe that he's gonna do it to the next person who, just by roll of the dice, can never possibly be as kind to him as she was?
Cotton Peabody, your vulgar, disrespectful lack of manners provoked your nurse's death. And yet, even dead, she remains devoted to nursing you back to health.
I'm not afraid of you, you rebel Scottish scumbucket. You'll not be the judge of me.
Even dead, she tries to save you. But you, sir, spit on her grave.
She's dead. Fix it, Banisher. Clean up the mess and banish her.
In any infection, there is, as they say, more than one way to draw the poison out.
disease.
Yeah, I chose to pursue the resurrection of Antea and to make that vow and then to reaffirm that vow because I felt like it would make for a more interesting story, and I have to say that it has really succeeded there. Now, Fox McCloud had asked, if a ghost, hopefully he's still here, if a ghost can interact with an object to kill someone with, can I technically beat a ghost to re-death with a crowbar? But the crowbar would still go through the ghost. Like, the ghost can manipulate the object in order to kill somebody who is alive, but I don't think that a ghost can kill another ghost. We're gonna take a nap. That's gonna be one to doze on. I wish I could find this stupid beetle. Okay, so let's do our evolution. 1 spirit point. So, yeah, we've actually got a few different options. Last breath. Damage taken by red is reduced by up to 20% the lower the spirit gauge. That would actually be a good one. There's been a few different times when we had no Antea power, and it would really be helpful if red was not dying quite so easily. Using Ensnare while Banish is full, but consumes all Banish points. Not a big fan of that one. Reduced by 5% for each manifestation cooldown. That's a minor one either way. Dealt by Antea is increased by 30%. Damage taken by red is increased by 15%. I actually do like that one a lot. Switching to Antea, I really like this one. Switching to Antea increases the damage of the next manifestation by 20%. I'm always switching to her and then doing the dash punch. I do that all the time. Outburst cooldown is yeah, this one I don't like. So I think this one, I feel like this one is actually a relatively good like survivability upgrade, and I can think of multiple times that I would have benefited from this. Okay, and we don't have any red points. And we are going to rest, even though I don't need any decoctions. While we're resting, Carolina had also answered the question. He believes it's... I'm going to get this moth. Carolina believes it's Bornholm disease, also known as bramble disease, the devil's grip with the 2 P's, P-E, epidemic myalgia, and epidemic pleurodynia. I'm probably saying that last one incorrectly. I've not seen that. Like, if you asked me if I had to make a guess, I would have thought flesh-eating bacteria? I don't know what would cause that sort of, like, wasting of the facial tissue, like the outer layer of skin that way. But that is going to be where we call it for this episode. I thought that we would only have one time during the stream for a time for one haunting case, but we actually had time for 2. So now we're gonna go find somebody fun to raid. You guys, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this and regret that we don't have more time, but as I said near the beginning of this particular session, I'm up against a little bit of a soft stop. Let's go find somebody fun to raid. Thank you again to Patikin for the raid, and to Beach Bum for the resubscription, and hopefully we will see you guys again most likely tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, then it will be Thursday. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.